What's up, guys? We have a great update from Respawn Entertainment about changes to Titanfall 2 based on player feedback from the first technical test. And it all sounds really good. Most of it sounds really good, except for one thing, which I will get into. But I'm really excited for the second technical test to check it out with these changes in mind. So what we have here, they'll be tuning airspeed and wall running speed to be faster, which is awesome. A lot of people did notice that the pilot movement seemed much slower. It wasn't super slow or anything, it's just really noticeable how much different of a pacing it was from part 1. Players should once again accumulate and retain more speed when chaining wall runs. So those are the two major notes for pilot mobility. Tuning airspeed, wall running speed, and you'll accumulate and retain more speed when chaining wall runs. Next up, the Titan meter. Pilots will once again acquire a small passive amount of Titan meter every few seconds. So every few seconds, no matter what, if you're getting any kills or anything, your Titan will be building up. You'll have the Titan on a timer. That's pretty cool. Titan survivability. This one was really different and weird. They like the new rodeo system, and I think it's okay, but I definitely miss the original rodeo system. So what they're saying is, what Respawn says is, with the full all the stuff, powers and abilities and Titans available, once you have access to all the abilities that they have made that have not been playable yet, it'll make the rodeoing make a lot more sense and a lot more fun and useful and stuff like that. One thing that we did notice in the first tech test is that you could get batteries. You take the battery out of a Titan when you first attack them. You rodeo. It's an automatic thing that you do. You jump on them and you automatically do damage. You pull out the battery. If you do use those batteries on your team's Titans, it gives them a shield. That was another thing we noticed. You don't have a shield on your Titan that regens after getting out of combat, which I still miss that. I would still prefer the original Titan system. But I do like what they had to say. I do look forward to seeing what kind of abilities the Titans and the pilots get that support the new rodeo system. I still definitely prefer the old rodeo system. It was a lot more fun, and it was more interactive. You did the damage to the Titan. It wasn't like an automatic little cinematic thing, But we'll see what happens. I do want to see what they do with that. They like the rodeo system as it is, the new system. They think it's better. And the reason they're saying this is because obviously they went out of their way to change the system, and we don't know what kind of abilities that they use. So there's probably some balancing around that. And after launch, they might change it again. They might be like, look, we set it up for this rodeo system, and people still don't like it. They could change it again. It's pretty possible, but right now they're saying they're gonna keep it the way it is, and that's fine. I'm fine with that as long as we see what comes and what happens with the way the rodeo works and stuff with the abilities. They said both Titans and pilots will have abilities that are to support this new rodeo system. So that's stuff we didn't get to experience in the tech test so far. Titan mobility. Oh yeah, Titan dashes will recharge faster. Yes, this was something that they said the two Titans, both of the Titans in the first tech test, couldn't dash much. Could barely dash. It was pretty terrible. Even with the skill that adds a second dash, there's like a extra perk or whatever, the Titan customization loadout that you could pick an extra dash as one of your abilities. But it was still really slow, and you could barely dash and stuff. So they're improving the Titan dash recharge rate. But other mechs will still have faster dashes and stuff. We don't have all the maps available in the tech test. Map design. This was the one thing that kind of threw me off a little bit. Not a big deal. They did say, look, a lot of our other maps are built just like they were in Titanfall. Let's see, they'll be showcasing more maps over the next couple weeks on their website, including more traditional Titanfall maps. This was the thing that they said that I didn't like, because they didn't say anything about changing the maps that were available. So for me, that's a downer, because I hated every single map. And there's 3 of them. There's 3 maps, and I did not enjoy any of them. And when I get forced to play those, I'm like, well, back to being boring again. But you know, it's cool that they've talked about it and they've addressed this. So, you know, those, like every game has it. Even Battlefield, Call of Duty, all, you know, all these multiplayer games, they do have different maps for different feels. They, you know, they want to give people something different to play. But that said, Titanfall 1 wasn't like that. Every map in Titanfall 1 was well, it was pretty much, you could parkour in every map. They're all designed for it. There were different maps. They had different layouts, and there were more open spaces in some of the maps and stuff like that. But there was still always something to work with that parkour system. But so that's the one thing. But you know, they'll be like they'll be and the other thing that sucks too is, and it makes sense, these new maps that they'll be showcasing on their website will not be in the tech test. They are adding, I don't know how many maps. I'm gonna guess one. I'm pretty sure they said one map in the second technical test coming up this weekend. But if we want any information on their other maps, we'll have to check it out on their website, which is fine. That's normal. The HUD. This one was weird for me. I didn't really dislike the HUD too much, but I also couldn't follow it, you know. But so they're saying they're gonna bring. Let's see. Oh wait, ooh, I'm almost read. There's like some of these little notes are like 2 in 1. Let's see. Oh, they'll be allowing players to change the features on the HUD based on individual preference. So there's no real like update on that, other than they're gonna let people customize it, which is freaking awesome. It's great. And then the other one, this is part of the HUD thing. The concerns about enemy outlines. And the funny thing to me is I didn't really notice the outlines. Maybe it's because my old eyes and I'm just blind and stuff. I did notice the outlines, but I didn't think it was as much of a big deal as a lot of people have made it out to be. But my playstyle might have changed things like that. Just because I'm you know, constantly running around. I'm not like sniping and stuff. So snipers probably would have noticed this more. Or people getting killed by snipers all the time. I don't watch kill cams very often, so I did not notice how strong the outlines really were or anything. The point of the outline was so that you could differentiate from enemy and teammate. But what they're going to do is bring in the fade distance for enemy outlines so they don't reveal pilots at extreme distances. So that's cool. And that's it. That's all the feedback from Respawn. As little small notes, I will link to the article. You can go read like everything in full detail. But those are the main like notes and everything and stuff. They have more words. I love Respawn. I'm really glad to see this article by them, this feedback on their blog, because I saw what they did with Part 1, and they full on supported it. You know, they were always there. They were always with the community, talking with them, and actually, you know, updating based on feedback and all that stuff. And the game itself was amazing. So, I'm still behind the company. I was really upset with Titanfall 2, but with these changes and the feedback, it has comforted me a little bit. You know, I'm still unsure. Like, I need to see this in action. I'm looking forward to the next technical test, so I can, you know, go check out those changes, check out the new map. I still would like to see some changes with the bot system, as mentioned in my first video, but things are gonna, you know, we're not at the full launch game or anything like that, and we are missing some stuff. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely looking forward to the next tech test. Anyways, thanks for joining me, guys. That is all the newest updates from Respawn based on player feedback. Very, very cool. I'll see you guys around. Bye.